Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive with us. Today we are going to be tackling something that I think a lot of HR folks are feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just this feeling of being overwhelmed
Yeah.
by all the advice.
So much advice.
Oh my gosh.
All the things you should be doing.
Yes, and it's coming from everywhere.
It is.
You've got, consultants and bloggers and thought leaders.
Absolutely.
And then maybe even like your well-meaning friend in HR is like, oh, but are you doing this?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, how do you cut through all of that noise
Mm-hmm.
to actually figure out what's going to work for you in your company?
Yeah. And you know what? I think this blog post that we're looking at today by Sylvia Ola,
Okay,
it really kind of sums this up.
what's the name of it?
It's called HR. Sit down now.
Oh my gosh, I love it already.
I know, right?
So tell me more about this. What is she getting at?
She's really not afraid to call HR out on
Okay.
some of the stuff that's going on. And I think a lot of HR professionals are
Mhm.
probably feeling this way too. Yeah. Where it's just like there are so many initiatives and so many best practices. And it's like,
Right.
who decides and how do we know what we should be paying attention to?
Yeah, and I think one of the things that she talks about that I thought was really interesting is this idea of HR being like a hoarder of solutions.
Uh-huh.
What is that all about?
So she's pointing out that HR a lot of times will just implement things because everybody else is doing them,
Oh, okay.
right? Like, oh, well, that company over there is doing it, so we should too.
Oh, interesting.
But it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Have you stopped to think about if that actually is what your organization or your people even need?
It's not even about like what's the new shiny thing.
No,
It's like,
yeah,
is this even the right thing for us?
Right. And that's where she comes at us with these 4 questions.
Ooh, 4 questions. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so get ready.
Okay.
What do you want to achieve in your role?
Okay.
What does your business need from HR?
Oh.
What do your people
Okay.
need and want from you?
3 down, 1 to go.
And how can you make all of that happen?
I mean, wow.
Right.
Those are powerful questions.
Yeah.
Because it is so easy to get caught up in, what everybody else is doing or what we think we should be doing.
Absolutely.
That we lose track of like,
Mhm.
what are our own goals? What does this company need? Or what do these people need?
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
And so she takes it a step further.
Okay.
And she talks about how successful people
Right.
are really good at blocking out the noise. They know what they want to achieve, and they just filter everything else out.
That is so important, and I think it applies to so many areas of life,
It does.
but especially right now, where we're just constantly bombarded with information
Yes.
coming at us from every direction.
Absolutely.
So how do you filter through all of that
Yeah.
and figure out what to pay attention to?
Right. And this leads us to
Yeah.
another point.
Yeah.
Who are you learning from?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Are you taking advice from Emma from HR?
Ooh, Emma from HR,
Oh my gosh.
who like maybe has been the CHRO for like a million years,
Yeah.
but like has been miserable and hasn't actually achieved anything.
I think we all know an Emma from HR.
I think we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's got the title?
They've got all the experience.
But is maybe not the best person to be getting advice from?
Right. And Ola's point here is that successful people learn from people who are
Mm-hmm.
or were successful in their roles.
Not just occupy them.
Right. Like not just holding that space,
Yeah.
but actually doing something great in that space.
I love that distinction.
It's so important.
Because it's not just about experience.
No.
It's about the quality of that experience and what you actually achieved while you were in that role.
Absolutely.
So Emma from HR, maybe not the best person to get advice from.
But you're not the best.
We need to look for people who are thriving,
Yes.
who are excited about their work,
Yes.
and who are making a real difference.
Yes. And,
That's where you're going to find the best insights
absolutely.
and the best guidance for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we're not just blindly following anybody.
Nope.
We're being very strategic about
No.
who we're learning from.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like they perpetuate the cycle of, just doing things the way they've always been done.
Mhm.
And so you have this like Emma from HR
Right.
who's implementing things that don't actually make any sense for the organization or for the people who work there.
It's like keeping up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
but in HR.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's like, oh, well, they're doing that, so we should too.
Yeah.
But are you actually thinking about the impact?
Right.
And are you thinking about, what your people actually need?
So it really goes back to those 4 questions
It all comes back to that.
that she was talking about.
Yeah.
Because if you can get clear on that,
Mm-hmm.
then all the noise just kind of fades away.
It does.
because you know what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely.
You know what matters,
You know what's important?
and everything else is just extra.
It is. And I think what she's really getting at here
Yeah.
is encouraging HR to be leaders,
Okay.
not followers.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Leaders, not followers.
Yeah, because if you're just following what everybody else is doing, you're never going to actually be innovative.
Right?
You're never going to actually, push the boundaries and think outside the box.
It's going to be kind of stuck
Yeah, you're just going to be reacting.
in the cycle of
Yeah.
mediocrity.
Right. And what we need in HR are people who are willing to challenge the status quo.
Yes.
Who are willing to ask the tough questions.
Absolutely.
Who are willing to say, you know what? That doesn't work for us. We're going to do something different.
And I think that takes a lot of courage,
It does.
especially in a field like HR,
Mm-hmm.
where, you're often dealing with people who are very set in their ways.
Yeah. You're dealing with a lot of bureaucracy.
Yes.
A lot of red tape.
So to be able to cut through all of that and really do something different,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
It is. And what's so interesting about this is that I think a lot of the things that she's talking about in terms of HR
Okay.
are actually things that we struggle with in other areas of life, too.
Oh, tell me more about that.
It's like that information overload,
Yeah.
the pressure to conform,
Yeah.
that fear of challenging the status quo.
That's so real.
And it's like we're all bombarded with messages
Yes.
about how we should be thinking, how we should be acting,
Right.
how we should be living our lives.
And so it's so easy to just get swept up in that
It is.
and lose sight of what actually matters to us.
Absolutely. And I think, for HR professionals,
Yeah.
this is especially challenging
I can see that.
because it's such a fast-paced field.
Yes.
It's constantly evolving.
Right.
There are new trends emerging all the time.
Always a new shiny thing.
Right. And so it's easy to feel like you're constantly playing catch up. But I think her message here is really about finding your own path,
Ooh.
finding your own voice.
Finding your own voice.
Oh, and trusting your instincts.
Okay.
And using your knowledge and experience to make a real difference.
And I think that's where the idea of learning from the right people comes back in.
It does.
Because if you're surrounding yourself with people
Yeah.
who are thriving,
Uh-huh.
who are excited about their work,
Yes.
who are making a real difference,
Yeah.
those are the people who are going to help you stay on track.
Absolutely. And, it's not just about finding those people.
Yeah.
It's about being that person for others.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. Be that mentor.
Yeah.
Be that guide.
Yeah.
Be that support system for someone else.
I think it's so easy in the HR world to get competitive.
Oh, it is.
Everybody's trying to get to the top.
Yeah.
But if we can shift that mindset
Yeah.
to one of collaboration and support,
Yeah.
I think that's where the real magic happens.
Yeah. I think so too. And, she talks about this in the article as well.
Wow.
She talks about the importance of building a strong HR community,
Okay.
not just for networking,
Right.
not just for socializing,
Yeah.
but for sharing knowledge,
Okay.
for supporting each other,
Mm-hmm.
for working together to solve the challenges
Yeah.
that the profession is facing.
So it's about moving beyond that competition
It is.
and really
Yeah.
creating a space
Yeah.
where everybody feels valued
Uh-huh.
and respected
Yeah.
and supported
Absolutely.
so that we can all learn from each other
Yeah.
and grow together.
Yeah. And I think that's a really beautiful vision
It is.
for the future of HR,
Yeah.
where we're not all just, siloed in our own little departments,
Right.
but we're actually working together.
As a community.
Yeah, as a community to make things better.
I love it.
Yeah.
So all of that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we actually start to implement this?
Yeah.
Where do we begin?
I think the first step is to really go back to those 4 questions that she posed.
Okay, the 4 questions again.
Yeah. All right.
What do you want to achieve?
Okay.
What does your business need?
Okay.
What do your people need?
Mm-hmm.
And how can you align your actions
Yes.
to meet those needs?
I think that's such a great starting point
It is.
because it really forces you to get clear on what matters
Absolutely.
and to start making decisions
Yeah.
that are in alignment
Mm-hmm.
with your values and your goals.
Exactly.
And I think once you have that clarity,
Mm-hmm.
then it becomes easier to filter out the noise
It does.
because you know what you're looking for.
Yeah. You have a North Star.
Yes.
You have a guiding light.
You have a purpose.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
It is. And, I think another thing that's really helpful
Okay.
is to not be afraid to ask for help.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
There are so many amazing HR professionals out there
Yeah.
who are doing incredible things.
Yeah. And they're are mentors.
Yeah.
There are communities. There are resources available
Yes.
to help you on your journey.
And it's okay to not have all the answers.
It is.
It's okay to be learning and growing
Absolutely.
and to be asking for help along the way.
It's all part of the process.
It is. And I think, you know what she's really getting at
Yeah.
is this idea of like reclaiming your power
Yes.
as an HR professional.
Uh-huh.
You know, not letting yourself get bogged down
Yeah.
by the bureaucracy and the red tape,
Yeah.
but really stepping into that leadership role.
It is. And, making a difference.
Making a difference.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. It's really inspiring.
It is. And I think she doesn't shy away from some of the more challenging aspects of the HR world.
No, she doesn't.
Like, do you remember what she said about networking events?
Oh, yeah, she kind of went there.
She did.
But you know what? I actually agree with her.
Tell me more. She was saying that a lot of these events are more about socializing than they are about problem solving.
Interesting.
And while I think, building community is important, I think her point is valid.
Yeah.
That it shouldn't overshadow the actual work.
The real work.
The real work that needs to be done.
Of like finding solutions.
Yeah.
And creating a positive impact.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about,
Yeah.
rubbing elbows and collecting business cards.
Right. It's about actually making a difference.
Making a difference. And I think that ties back to her critique of, the Emma from HR.
It does.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the optics of success.
It is.
The fancy title,
Yeah.
the impressive resume. But what really matters is the substance.
It is.
The impact that you're making.
Yeah. The difference that you're making in people's lives.
And are you actually happy?
Yes.
Are you fulfilled?
Right.
Are you making a positive contribution?
Those are the things that matter.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not just about being happy and fulfilled in your role. It's also about being willing to challenge the status quo and think critically and embrace new ideas and new approaches.
Yeah, it's like being a lifelong learner.
Yeah, absolutely. Constantly seeking out ways to improve and evolve.
So if someone's listening to this right now and they're feeling really overwhelmed by all the noise in the HR space, what would you say is like one concrete step they could take today to start putting some of Ola's advice into action?
I think I'd go back to those 4 questions
Okay.
and really sit down and think about them.
Those 4 questions again.
What do I want to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
What does my organization need?
Yeah.
What do my people need? And how can I make all of that happen?
It's about finding your own path and like setting your own course.
It is.
And not being afraid to do things differently.
Yeah, to chart a new path.
Yeah. And I think that's a really powerful message to end on.
It is.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question to think about. If you had to pick one thing to focus on in your HR role right now that you think would have the biggest positive impact, what would it be? And how can you start blocking out all that noise to make it happen?
That's a great question.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And be sure to subscribe and follow for more insightful conversations. We'll see you next time.